Hey fast fellas, SpeeDMan here, and welcome to this new run of Let's Play Sejong. So we're going to take a look here at this ability. This is a bit of a specialized ability, so Hangul, when you complete your first technology from a new era, receive double your science per turn as culture. So, what that basically means is if I go into the tech tree, as soon as I have a completed technology in the next era, whatever my science is, say for example I have 20 science per turn by the time I complete currency, I'll get 40 culture on that completion. And I will settle on that. So I moved up north because this area looks like it's going to probably have more mountains, and I would rather be in an area that's a bit more open, especially with district planning. Because if I'm going to place my Sejong around here, I'm going to need to place some other districts around here. Keep that away from the Sejong so that way I don't lose any particular types of yields. Oh, who do we... Ah, we met a religious city-state. That works. We need faith earlier on, so that does work. Could potentially do another Sejong there. We chop that, make that. Then what we do is we place another mine here. And you can see here, like, this is where a specialized build could be pretty nice. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8, 9 different mines in this little zone here. And with 3 Seons, so that's 12. So that's 21 signs per turn just in that alone. So this is where there's a lot of value in essentially kind of getting this built up. I can see, looks like another Civ. We met Portugal, so we met another competitor with our eventual merchant build. So we have to be pretty careful there. An honor to meet you. Sample your hospitality. And let us see if you will take... Okay, that's a heck of a deal there, buddy. Woo! Alright. Ah, see? Mongolia is in the game. So that tells us that we have Mongolia. Now we start doing our damage back to the AI. This will be an opportunity for us to get that early experience. We will save that builder charge because we want to make sure this builder will just have them sleep. And we'll go here. We want to get rid of this. The more that we get rid of, the better. We also will be getting some gold rewards from it. So that'll be a really good way for us to get that access. We see... Okay, so Joao has access to this, and Antananarivo to the east has a civ there. That's most likely where Mongolia is, so I'll place the city center location there just as a reference point. Oh, 86 guy. Okay, that's different from what I was expecting to see. There's Mongolia. I was trying to find you. Oh, we met someone else. Christina. Okay, cool. Time to make deals with the AI. Sell off open borders. Will not do a heck of a lot from a gold standpoint, but potentially give us a little bit better relations. Now we are going to take Pingala and put him in the capital. That is going to be a nice little increase to our yield, so we will happily take that.
I don't believe in astrology.
Okay, so... oh, that... actually is perfect. What does this do? City growth rate is 50% higher in cities with a campus. That... Okay, I am going to need to go for that. Sorry, Christina. I'm going to take that off your hands eventually. We have a golden opportunity to create a very, very nice religion that we can cater specifically towards science. So that is going to be what we do. We are going to go here, and then you will heal up.
It is equally
There we go.
important to have a
State
happy
workforce
and
is
engaged...
completed. And we'll go into political philosophy, so we get that little boost. That'll help us out as well, so we could definitely utilize that. Now that we have that done, we will go ahead and work on this, so that we can get that settler out. We can get that third city up and running. Now that we have that as well, we can eventually get ourselves set up. So once we have this third city, we can get a builder. what we'll do with that builder is we will first start off by placing this down here, and then we will also place down potentially a very, very useful position here. So we're going to have a bucket load of science in these cities. We're not going to have as much science in this city. This city will have a little bit more. There we go. Settle up another city. Buy that for cheap. Now, we can place ourselves a very good Sejong. I'll buy that because that's just a very good tile for us to get started with. It'll give us early tempo and also allow us to get some basic growth. We definitely want to make sure we have at least one mine here, because then we can actually make an industry here and get some extra science in the city. And eventually, if the city gets more science output from a raw science standpoint, we could just simply transfer Pingala over and then utilize that as a means for us to get some really solid science. So we have options. I am going to fall back, and then I am going to fortify, so we're in a better spot. Is this flat, actually? Is this flat? Yes, it is. I'm going to actually get back to our city. I realize now if I don't take advantage of that, I'll just get hit pretty hard, so. Now we can buy this, and that gives us the last religion, I think. Yes, that's the final religion. Dude, oh, that is... Ooh, I'm glad I decided to go with that extra effort for that, because that could have been really, really tight. We'll go here. Maybe get something good. Actually, that's not bad. We'll take the faith, actually. So now that we have this, I'll actually... It's going to be really expensive, but I'll buy this because what I'll do is we can chop this, right? We can get this chopped, and then what that'll do is that'll help boost this up. That'll make this much faster for the build process. And then we can get an additional +4 science per turn for that, so that helps us. And we could actually potentially, with faith, we could buy a Sejong, so, or not Sejong, but a library. So that's not bad. We'll have 3 libraries in our little cities. Ouch. With our faith generation, the little bit of faith that we do have, we can get some extra expansion by getting some settlers. So what I believe, honestly, is going to be the best decision is because Free Inquiry does not target our campuses, I think, honestly, Monumentality is going to be the play. So that'll definitely help us. And we're a couple turns away from getting the things that we need. So we get there, and by that time, we can pick up a couple more of these tiles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this and this. And the reason I'm going to buy this one and this one is because while it can be convenient to buy this one and this one, I want to get this one first because that way we don't have to worry about the city-state expanding into this area, and we have just a little bit more control of this area. So it'll just make things a little bit more flexible for us, and I would rather have flexibility right now at this stage of the game. By getting this religion, we're just opening up our flexibility. Also getting the golden age here, we're opening up more flexibility. You know, flexibility in the mid-game is what you want because this is a very restrictive type of build, and you have to play a very specific way in order to make it actually work. So we are doing a fairly good job so far of taking advantage of that. But we just have to keep maintaining that as well as we can. That is now dealt with. So we have a major threat out of the way. So that's perfect. I don't know what happened to that swordsman. A little concerning. And we're going to get back. Potentially that might bait that unit over and we could just easily attack them. So that might be a good opportunity. We definitely want to take care of that sooner than later. So it is very, very important that we do that. Let's go ahead and one of these cities will just simply buy another library. It's going to bring us up to 61 science, which is really good. So in this case, what will happen is basically once we get apprenticeship, we're going to go ahead and go for that now, by the way. I just want to go ahead and do that so that way we can get access to education, because we do want to get some universities up and running. That would be a very, very critical part of our growth. And eventually what we could do is see if we can eventually get Oxford University. That would be fantastic. That would play very well into our game plan. Conservatory, that goes with the gardens, so that goes all the way back here to this build. That's a mod, by the way. Awesome, there's Games Recreation, there's Apprenticeship. And also we're down on one turn left on Defensive Tactics, which is great. That puts us in a much better position. Eventually we could also get access to Scripture, so we can set up a temples and kind of complete our religion. If we want to help make sure our religion holds strength here in case of more religious spread in the region, we'll do that. It doesn't seem to be the case that the AI are really focusing too much on religious use, so that's okay for us. We're going to eventually take advantage of that, but for the time being, we're in a pretty good spot. Now, we have access to the industrial zone, so we will definitely get started on that. We have made some fantastic progress, though. And I'm glad we got to showcase the ability a couple times before this episode, or during this episode. Yeah, so I'm glad we got to showcase this ability a couple times during the episode. We are in a really good position where you have a couple settlers going up pretty soon here, so that's going to be really good. That'll put us in a really good spot, especially like in our capital, we'll have another city here. This city, we can develop another Siwoon here, utilize that as a means for us to get that a little extra boost of growth, and just continue setting up some more of these eventual cities. I am going to set up another city here, so that's why it's going to be important that we eventually get this settler in the long term. We can settle up here, so we can start filling in more cities. It's turn 100, and we only have 4 cities. That's kind of the difficult thing about a very specialized build, and also a very production-heavy but low population type of situation, is that it takes a little while to get things kind of moving, but once you get moving, you're moving. You know, and that's kind of the good thing here. So like, for example, we have ourselves another option that we can develop into. I'm going to leave that for the next episode. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a fantastic episode. We really kind of started off pretty well here. You know, Sejong, he's not overpowered. He's definitely not overpowered, but if you play him well, you can actually get some pretty nice work done with this science setup. So while we are targeting a science victory, we are going to make some inroads with some cultural things, and that'll help kind of move us along here. So I'm very excited for that. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit that like button and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, or anything you'd like to bring up, go ahead, let's talk about it in the comment section below. I'm very much excited about this series, and I hope you guys are as well. Thank you so much. SpeeDMan out.